Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great diesel motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. Today, folks, I'm going to show you an absolute bargain for under $40,000. This is a 2000 model Itasca Horizon built by Winnebago, model number 35BD, or I call it the Big Daddy Edition. But anyway, folks, I know it says 37 feet on the windshield. This unit's actually 35 feet long, which is a very small size for a diesel motorhome. It's got 2 power slide outs. Very, very nice. It's got the 275 ISB Cummin diesel engine with 660 pound-feet of torque. It's on a Freightliner custom XC chassis. This is a nice unit, folks. Notice as we look around, first of all, I want you to look at the striping and finish, how great they look for a 2000 model. Also, there's no delamination. This is built by Winnebago Industries, folks. I've owned 2 Winnebagos and currently own one now. Let me tell you something about Winnebago, folks. They're in a class all of their own. They're the only brand, first of all, that has a standard no maintenance fiberglass roof. Another thing that Winnebago does is they build 80% of their own parts on all their RVs. So this way, no matter what year your Winnebago product is, whether it be a 2000, a 2012, or a 1980 model, you can get most any part on this motorhome direct from Winnebago. You don't have to go through a dealer. Including body panels, furniture. They build their own furniture, their own slide out system designed, of course, by Lifford Components. They actually the only manufacturer that builds their own frames in shop. So the framework is actually done by Winnebago, and of course it's an aluminum frame. I mean, these are just kind of in a league all of their own, and that's why I drive one, and that's why I think anytime I can see a Winnebago diesel for this kind of money, this is an absolute bargain. Now, folks, at 275 ISB, you're only talking about a 35-foot motorhome. This motorhome will run 80 miles an hour if you want to, if you want to run that fast, which I do not recommend, by the way, on any motorhome. But if you want to run 80 miles an hour towing a car behind you, you can do it with this motorhome. Michelin tires, a 22.5-inch Alcoa wheels instead of the wheel covers. In 2000, folks, 16 years ago, this unit was $140,000 brand new, which I know that's not chump change now, but back then, folks, that definitely wasn't chump change. Now, a comparable Itasca with 2 slides in this size and a diesel pusher motorhome, which, by the way, doesn't have that much more horsepower than this 2000 model does, is $220,000. That's amazing how much these things have gone up in the last several years. But $220,000 for a 16 model. In 2000, it was $140,000. Folks, you can buy this one for $39,900 in excellent condition for the year model. It's $100,000 savings over the cost of a new one. Now, folks, this unit has 113,000 miles. Don't let that scare you, because this is a diesel, not a gas burner. Mileage on diesels are not critical. In fact, when you pull an NADA up, it can have 500,000 miles on it and have the same book value as one with 20,000 miles, because the NADA does not adjust the price for mileage because diesels hold up so well. Look at these diesel transfer trucks pulling 60, 70,000 pounds with Cummins engines and Freightliner chassis, and they've got, most of those have got 800,000-900,000 miles on them, 1,000,000 miles or more before their first overhaul is due. So, folks, you've got something that's going to provide you a lot of life right here. I don't really think, and for those of you who know diesels, that mileage isn't even going to phase you at all, folks, because it's not about the mileage when it comes to a diesel, it's how it's been taken care of. And I can tell you right now, just from me looking through it, you can see the exterior, you can tell they must have kept it under cover most of the time. Somebody has taken exceptional care, and just wait till you see the inside. You've got the Winnebagos patio awning. It's got the aluminum wrap that protects your fabric from sun fade, from dry rot, and, you know, in case you get too close to an overhanging tree limb or something, it keeps it from tearing the fabric. Also got a matching Winnebagos door awning. 7,500 watt Onan diesel generator right now that's powering up everything inside. This unit's got the 25,000 BTU basement air conditioner with electric heat pump. So you get the added benefit of one, you only have one unit you have to worry about maintaining instead of 2 rooftop units. 2, you got it in the basement instead of on the roof, so that's going to help the aerodynamics, and it's going to help, that in turn helps your fuel mileage. And 3, you get the added benefit of a electric heat pump, where most RVs have a propane furnace. Of course, this has a propane furnace too. You've got both. So it gives you 2 heating sources. Let's take a look inside. Now folks, as we step up inside here, I'm gonna tell you, the carpet looks like brand new. The seats, I mean, you would never guess this motorhome had 113,000 miles by looking at it and driving it. I mean, if I had a piece of tape over the odometer and you drove it and you looked at the condition of this motorhome, you would swear it had under 50,000 miles on it. But guess what? It doesn't, but it sure looks like it. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. It's all about how one's been taken care of. I mean, look at the seats right here. You know, you look at any other driver's seat with 113,000 miles, it's going to be worn out. It's going to be ripped and torn, but whoever had this thing obviously kept them covered, kept them conditioned, and they look just like new. Up here in the front, you got a backup camera system. You've got a 6-speed Allison automatic transmission. It's got the HWH hydraulic leveling jacks, Sony electronics. They've upgraded to an HD TV. It's got a manual point satellite. Of course, it's got that fiberglass roof, and it's a crowned roof too, so you don't have to worry about water standing on it. The glass is perfect, no rock cracks, no dings. Everything looks like it's supposed to. The dash looks good. Let me tell you a little trick, folks, with these flat dash motorhomes like this. If they've ever had pets in here like cats or dogs, you're going to see claw marks in this material, because that's where a lot of animals like to ride, but nothing like that in here. Heated power mirrors. Let's see, slide out control is on the dash where it's easy to get to. You've got your exhaust brake, your Jake brake in other words. You've got your defrost fans. Of course, you can run your radio off a main battery, auxiliary battery. And this is a nice motorhome, folks. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And the size of it too. I mean, you see a lot of 40 footers, 39, 38 footers, but you see very, very few 35 footers in a diesel. So it's going to be easy size to drive and park. Both seats swivel for party seating. Let me see if I can get a air conditioner reading. I mean, the air is cold, folks. Of course, we're sitting out here in some hot weather. I mean, you can see it's 48, 47, dropping. And you got to realize, folks, it's 96 degrees outside, and we're not sitting in any shade. I'm going to see if we get under, it might get under 40. And we got it, folks, 39 degrees. Now, that's cold, and it's got a good fan flow, which is one thing you always want to look for. One thing I want you to notice, remember how I was saying you always want to buy one that's been taken care of. Look around the vents. Do you see any black stains or any bleach stains? Because I'm going to tell you a trick with this carpeted headliner. If they have not kept the filter changed out, which is actually crucial to the life of an air conditioner, is to keep that filter cleaned out and keep it clean and keep it changed out, you're going to see black residue around the vents. And there's nothing that can get that black residue off except bleach. And bleach, of course, is going to bleach this right here into a very bright white. So if you ever look at an RV that's got the black stains around the air, then that means the filters haven't been changed like they were supposed to. And if you see a bleach mark, that means, again, the filters hadn't been changed like they were supposed to. And the RV dealer used bleach to get it up. So that means you might want to look it over very good, because it obviously hasn't been serviced good. Of course, Winnebago, well, one of the things they're most famous for is, like I said earlier, the fiberglass roof and the durability of it. Do the punch test. You can sit here and punch this thing. Look, I'm right next to this light, folks. Now, if I did that with another brand, this light lens would probably pop out and land in the floor. And you'd hear squeaks and rattles and everything else. But because this is a Winnebago product, their roofs are basically like punching a brick wall. It does not give at all. And I know that's a silly thing, for a lot of people. But when you actually go into as many of these RVs I do and do what I just did and punch the roof hard, you're going to tell the difference right away between one that's a well-built roof and one that's not. And of course, with a Winnebago, you got that crowned roof. It helps the aerodynamics, helps the standing water on the roof. You're getting a nice motorhome, and it's a well-built roof. Here, you've got a nice middle area. You've got a sleeper sofa that makes a bed. You've got a table booth that makes a bed. So this is 6-sleeper. You know, of course, this is one of the nicer end Winnebagos or Itasca. So you got the Corian countertops. Got the nice, and I believe that's a Moen faucet. It's not just a little cheap RV faucet. It's got a filtered water dispenser. Of course, got the cutting board on top. Stove top, looks like it hasn't been used much. Got a microwave convection oven, so you can bake in here as well as nuke something. You know, got a little place back here to put toasters or blenders or whatever you want, and plus you can close that door when you're driving down the road. It doesn't slide everywhere. Got plenty of drawer space. You know, these are all solid hardwood cabinets built in-house by Winnebago. So if you ever break a cabinet or break a drawer or something like that, you can call Winnebago, give them your VIN number off your coach, tell them which drawer cabinet it is, and they'll order you or build you another one, send it to you. Day-night shades and all the windows. Got the nice light fixtures. Got the surround sound speakers. Got ceramic tile floor in the kitchen and the bathroom area. This is an upgrade, folks. It's got the upgrade 4-door refrigerator freezer with built-in ice maker. And that 12 cubic foot, this right here is a lot of space for an RV. I mean, this right here, you shouldn't need anywhere near this big of a refrigerator in one. And it is cold, and I'll go ahead and see if it's cold enough to pick up on my thermometer, and it's 24 degrees and dropping, so I haven't had it on very long, so, but as you can see, 25 degrees Fahrenheit obviously works great. And let me tell you something, folks, when you buy an RV from us, we don't just give you the keys and say, here you go, it's your RV, take it. No, folks, what we do is after purchase, my RV techs are going to go through a very extensive up to 138 point inspection. It's going to take us several days to do it. But folks, when we get done with it, everything on that inspection sheet's going to work. And that covers pretty much everything you can think of on a motorhome. And it's like I tell people, you can sit down there with a piece of paper and a pen and write down everything you can think of to check on an RV. And I guarantee you won't be anywhere near that as much as we check out on one, up to 138 points. And when we get done with it, of course, you come pick it up or we deliver it. If you come pick it up here in person, my RV tech that checked it out will give you a personalized demonstration. Spend time with you, answer all your questions, make sure you know how to operate everything, and you see for yourself that everything works. And, of course, you take it on. We do a little paperwork. You take it on. And, folks, we offer nationwide delivery. Now, some of my drivers, I'm not going to lie to you, my drivers are not RV techs. Now, some of them have had RVs. They don't mind showing you the basics. The ones that can, they will. I can't, but they're not obviously not going to be able to give you a detailed demonstration like my techs will. So, you know, if you're trying to buy something and this is your first RV, I would recommend coming here to get your RV inspection. If you want it delivered afterwards, that's fine. We can still deliver this motorhome anywhere in the United States. But if you can, folks, I strongly recommend you come here and get your demonstration in person, especially if you're a first-time RV buyer. Now, folks, we're going to head on by the tour. I'm going to start here on the one side. You've got a hard inverter, which obviously is working right now. Of course, this is your control for your air conditioner and, of course, your electric and gas furnace. Generator. Now, folks, this is a diesel generator. Just like a diesel motor, you're not going to be able to wear it out. 955 hours, folks. I mean, I've seen those same generators with 40 and 50,000 hours on them. Of course, you've got your monitor panel, everything right here in one easy spot. The only thing you can't do from right here, of course, is put your slide out or control your jacks, which you do that from up front, but you can do everything else from right here. And well, I'm going to tell you, folks, this is only 35 feet long, but when's the last time you seen a 35-footer with this big of a bathroom? Huge walk-through bathroom. Of course, you got sliding privacy doors, solid sliding privacy doors. Got a big vanity lavatory area right here. You've got recessed medicine cabinets. And it is plumbed for a washer and dryer. Of course, obviously it's never had one. But if you do have a need for a washer and dryer, we can add one for $1,500 if you buy the RV from us. Of course, I can't do that off the street. But if you have to have a washer and dryer. Now, folks, my thoughts on washers and dryers, they're a service nightmare. They're a pain in the butt to operate. But if you're going to use one once a week, then you can justify owning one. But if you're not going to use it once a week, best bet is to leave them alone, go to a washateria. It's going to be a lot quicker, a lot easier, and allow you to run your dryer. This way you can run your air conditioner. A lot of these you can't run your dryer and your air conditioner at the same time, and because they're 110 dryers, it takes them several hours to dry a pair of jeans and a couple of shirts, which is all they'll hold, folks, because they are miniature washers and dryers after all. I can go to a washateria and do 4 house loads, sides of clothes, and dry them, bring them back and hang them up before one of these little washers and dryers can wash and dry a pair of jeans and 2 shirts. And anybody that's ever had one, they know I'm talking the truth. So like I said, unless you're going to use it about at least once a week, just stay away from them, because that's just something else you got to worry about, having water leak issues. And I've seen them do thousands of dollars in damage to a motorhome because the washer and dryer leaked. And the bad thing is, the people that we had to fix it for, they never used it. They had bought the motorhome new, had it for 10 years, and never even turned their washer and dryer on except one time. And it had water trapped in it, and it froze and busted and caused all kinds of damage to that thing when they turned their water pump on. And it's just crazy. So folks, just remember that about the washers and dryers. Unless you absolutely need it, I'd stay away from it. Queen Island bed in the back. You got the slide out here with this huge closet that goes out. Got its own stereo back here. Got a HD TV upgrade. Privacy doors, again, there's a solid sliding privacy doors instead of the curtain. And the advantage of this is you can have the entire bathroom and bedroom to get ready in. So folks, this is the nice motorhome. It's only $39,900. Will trade. That's $100,000 less than what it costs brand new. And and actually 220, it's about $175 to $180,000 less than what a 16 model costs now. So great buy for what it is. We're going to go through that checklist. And folks, let me tell you something. That $39,900 is our out the door price. These other dealers, and I'm going to tell you a trick, and they hate it when I say this. These other dealers try to bait you by advertising a price online. Then they don't tell you this, but they start adding all kinds of fees. So you always, anytime you deal with an RV dealer, always get the out the door price, because that is the price you're actually paying for it, not the advertised price. These other dealers will give you an advertised price, but when you get ready to pay for it, it's the out the door price is several $1,000s higher than what they advertised it for. And they'll give you this song and dance about how all their fees are necessary, like freight fees and dock fees and prep fees and tag fees and temp tag fees and title fees. But folks, let me just cut through all the bull. All those fees are 100% unnecessary. Anytime you buy an RV, the only thing you're required to pay is the sales price, and if you're buying in the same state that you're going to title it in, the sales tax. If you buy from out of state, like most of our customers do at Parkway, you pay your sales tax when you title the RV in your home state. It's as simple as that, folks. What we have on the windshield, that's your out the door price. Not $39,900 plus $8,000 in fees like these other dealers try to do. It's just a way they came up with to get people to pay more for the RV, and disguising it as fees, which are all dealer profit. Don't fall victim to it, folks. Just walk out. I can't tell you how many. I know I do it when I buy cars and stuff. Like if I buy a car and they start throwing this extra fees at me, I walk out. I won't pay them. The price we agree on, that's what we pay. If that, then I'll go somewhere else and buy. And And I can't tell you how many good people I found, how many good dealerships I found doing that don't charge fees in the car business. So I can imagine same way with the RV business. Because you don't know it, but actually by law, once they start charging those fees, they have to charge it to everybody. Because if they let one person not pay those fees, then they're legally required to go back to everybody that's ever bought an RV from them and refund them those fees. And they're not going to do that for one sale, folks, trust me. So don't fall victim to that fee scam these other dealers charge. You know, we've been in business 48 years. Family owned and operated since 1968, third generation now. We're one of the oldest and most successful independently owned, family ran used RV dealerships in the country. We sell over 500 plus used RVs a year, and you can probably guess why, because of our prices. And folks, I'm going to tell you, we're very easygoing. We keep it simple, to the point. You know, we price our stuff to sell, not sit around. Most everything I post online sells within a matter of a few days. I mean, where else can you find a nice double slide diesel motorhome like this with all the options this one has for $39,900? Most places you go to, you ask for a motorhome like this for $39,900, and with that inspection included, they're going to laugh you off the lot. But not here, folks. This is how we sell our RVs every day. We don't have fees. We have some of the best and lowest interest rate financing you're going to find anywhere. Our interest rates start as low as 3%. Well, you may wonder, wow, you know, if you ever priced a new RV and got approved for financing on a new one, that's 4 and 5%. And you're probably wondering how come the interest rate is lower on a used RV than a new one. And I'll tell you why, folks. Other RV dealers have learned to exploit buyers who need to finance RVs. And the bank lets them do this by marking the interest rate up over what the bank approves you for. Have you ever noticed in other RV dealers' advertising, they never disclose what their interest rates start at? When you call and talk to a salesperson at these other RV dealerships, they never disclose what their interest rates start at. Even when you ask them directly, folks, they're going to come up with a very generic answer. Something like, we can run you through financing and get your low rate and let you know exactly what it's going to be, or it's going to be in the single low digits. Or they're very, very non-specific, because, and I'll tell you why, folks. Because if they give you a frame of reference about where their RV rates start at, you're going to know when they're marking it up. In other words, the other dealers can get you approved at 3% just like we can. But what we don't do that they do is they mark interest rates up. And they average, and they don't want you to know this either, folks. The average finance manager or business manager or whatever they call them, the guy that handles your finances, he or she has to maintain an average percentage markup. And just about every RV dealership that I'm familiar with, in order to keep their jobs, they have to maintain 100% markup average. In other words, they got to double the interest rate on average, and that's average rate, folks. A lot of people, when they can, they do more than double. But when you're looking at 6% versus 3%, and of course their price is going to be thousands more, and they're going to have thousands of dollars in fees, they're going to add to that, they're going to finance it in with it. Time you add all that, folks, you're talking several $1,000s in higher RV payments over the life of an RV loan. Thousands more dollars because you went to an RV dealership that marks interest rates up. At Parkway RV Center, we offer financing as a courtesy to our many buyers, not as a way to make money, so we don't mark interest rates up. Interest rates as low as 3% with approved credit, and we have extended terms up to 144 months. You can give us a call. Our phone number is 706-965-7929. Evenings and Sundays, you can get sales help at 423-605-6747. You can visit our website, parkway-rvcenter.com or .net. I've got over 150 used RVs in stock. More arriving every single day, folks. And always subscribe to my YouTube channel. This way you get a heads up on everything I post online, because sometimes when I post a video, it's the next day or so before I can actually write an ad up and send it in to post on the internet. So gives you a heads up, because once it gets on eBay and the 20 other plus websites I use, it's just a matter of a day or two before they're sold or have a deposit. And that's because of our prices, folks. Our prices attract buyers from all over the country. We've sold buyers from all 50 states, including multiple sales to Alaska and multiple sales to Hawaii. We've sent over 2,000 RVs coast to coast all over Canada, again, because of our prices. We've sent over 30 RVs overseas to England, Italy, Australia, the Netherlands, and other countries, folks. And I can show you all this with our paperwork that we get from them. I mean, we sell all corners of the United States. I don't care how far away you live from us. We've sold somebody in your general area an RV before. And folks, this is why smart shoppers come from all over the United States to buy from Ringgold, Georgia, because when you can save $15,000, isn't it worth your while to come to Ringgold, Georgia, pick your RV up, drive it home, spend a few $100s in fuel, spend a few $100 on a plane ticket out here, and save $10,000. That's why I advertise nationwide, folks, because the internet has completely changed the way RV dealers operate and completely the way they advertise. And you know, this is not a local business no more. Our buyers come from all over the country to buy RVs, not just local. I don't have commission salespeople. That saves you a lot of money too, because when you go to a lot that has commission salespeople, their commission rate is 25% of the gross profit. That means that dealer has to mark their prices up an additional 25%, costing you thousands more, just because they have commission salespeople. They're not paying the commission rate. You are, by paying a lot more than you do from buying here, where we have salary-based salespeople, where my salespeople get paid the same every week. Doesn't matter if you buy a motorhome or not. They actually work for you instead of a commission salesperson that's costing you thousands of dollars in higher RV prices, and plus playing all the games that everybody hates about a commission salesperson. Fake sales gimmicks, high pressure sales tactics, turnovers to supposedly sales managers, which most of the time is just another salesperson that they turn you over to. So don't fall victim to that commission salesperson junk, folks. We have salary-based salespeople, the lowest prices on the internet, the cleanest RVs, one of the oldest dealers out there. Check us out, folks, parkway RV Center.com. Come visit us here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia. Thank you for watching.